Hello folks, how are you? I hope you are having a good day and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about why the Russians have invaded Ukraine and will understand Russian-Ukrainian conflict from the Russian point of view. I have already covered the basics of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict in my previous video. If you have not seen it, then click on the thumbnail above. Alright folks, coming back to the topic, and understanding it from Russian point of view is very important, as any conflict, if we have to study it, we must know both sides of the story. The answer to this question was recently given by the Russian President Vladimir Putin in a recent news conference, in which he started from ongoing negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, and he said the Russian actions will not depend on the course of the negotiations, but rather will depend on the unconditional provision of the Russian security today and for the times to come. In this regard, he said the Russian people have made it clear that the NATO and US further eastward expansion in any form towards the Russia is unacceptable. He also said that is Russia placing any missiles near the border of the United States like it is doing with Russia? He said no, it was the US who placed missiles in front of the Russian home front. And furthermore, he also added that it is not justified to ask NATO and its allies to not put missiles in front of the Russians? And how would the United States and its allies feel if the Russians put the same missiles on the border between Canada and USA, or likewise on the border between the United States and Mexico? Furthermore, to be practical, he added that did the US and the Mexico never had territorial disputes like nowadays the Russia and the Ukrainians have? And to be precise, whom did the California belong to before it was annexed by the United States? And in the same manner, whom did the Texas belong to before it was annexed by the United States? Why doesn't the world talk about Texas like they talk about Russian annexation of Crimea? And why doesn't the world remember how the Ukraine was created? It was Vladimir Lenin who created Soviet Union by the Union Treaty of 1922 and the Constitution of 1924, which resulted in the creation of the state of USSR, in which the Ukraine was an important part. So coming back, he said that the negotiations are not the answer, but the results of negotiation, which is important to the Russian population and its people. Likewise, Russia will not allow a further expansion of the United States and its allies towards the east, which was agreed in the 1990s between the West and the Russia. The United States and its NATO allies have deceived the Russians by developing 5 waves of NATO enlargement, and recently they have established missile systems in Romania and Poland. Now it has to be understood to the world that Russia is not threatening anyone, as it has not reached anywhere near to the borders of USA, United Kingdoms or their allies. It is the West that deceived the Russians and now are saying that Ukraine will also join NATO, which means NATO will establish missile bases and other military installations on the border of Russia. If the United States and NATO want some sort of guarantee for the Russians to stop this war, then they must immediately forget the dream of expanding into Ukraine. So dear friends, let's hope this news conference of the Russian President and the contents of this have helped you understand the Russian point of view for the invasion of Ukraine. If you like the content of my channel, do like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next upcoming video.